What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and we have been getting a lot of info about Deadpool 3 lately. We've been getting a lot of info about the MCU in general. We have a lot of news about the new Fantastic Four film, the plot points of it, and possible castings for Reed Richards and others, which we'll talk about later today. So be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss that. But today we have casting news about Deadpool 3 and some details, small but really awesome details about the ending of Deadpool 3, and a surprise cameo that could be possibly popping up at the end. So a lot to break down, including the news that Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter himself, has been cast for a secret role in Deadpool 3. Now, if you've been in the community for a long time, or if you've simply just been following the rumors and the leaks and the news for a while, you probably know that Daniel Radcliffe's name has been thrown out there a lot as far as one of Marvel Studios' choices to play the new Wolverine for the new X-Men in the MCU. And this has been talked about for years now. So is he playing a variant of the new Wolverine in the MCU, meaning he is not the Earth 616 Wolverine, but a different universe's Wolverine? Or could it be something else? Well, we've narrowed it down to 4 options, and 2 are pretty cool. But you'll have to let us know what you think, and you'll have to let us know what you want. Who would you like to see him play in Deadpool 3? Let's dive into it, but first, reminder about our giveaway. If you want a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items, all you gotta do is subscribe and leave a comment on our videos. We pick one winner at the end of each month, and the winner gets to pick one item. So, according to the insider, Daniel RPK, who has a good track record with scoops, Daniel Radcliffe has been cast in Deadpool 3 for a secret role. Now, I'm assuming most people know who Daniel Radcliffe is. Even if you don't know the name, he is mostly famous for playing Harry Potter. Like I mentioned, he had been rumored to be in the running to play the new Wolverine in the MCU for years now. And you may know, and you may have heard me say this before, but Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios, they meet with actors plenty of times before they decide on a perfect role for them. Sometimes they meet with actors off and on for 5+ years. It was kind of a similar case with Jake Gyllenhaal. Marvel Studios wanted him in the MCU. He wanted to be in the MCU. They met for years until they finally decided that Mysterio was the perfect role for him. So they very well could have been doing this with Daniel Radcliffe. And now that Deadpool 3 is happening and we're going to a lot of different universes and a lot of different variants are going to be shown, perhaps it's the perfect opportunity for him to jump in as Wolverine, and that is option 1. He is going to be a variant of Wolverine from another universe in Deadpool 3. Now, a big plot point that we learned recently was that Deadpool 3 is going to be adapting some of the plot points from Secret Wars Battleworld. What we know about this so far is that the TVA is going to be taking heroes from worlds that are being destroyed due to incursions, and they're going to be taking these heroes and putting them all in one universe on one planet, essentially Battleworld from the comics. Except it doesn't look like it's going to be made by Doctor Doom. It looks like it's going to be made by the TVA, which is kind of unfortunate. I know we're all dying to see Doctor Doom, but it makes sense continuity-wise and story-wise for the multiverse saga. So he could be playing Wolverine in Deadpool 3, a variant of Wolverine. A lot of people thought that he would pretty much be perfect to play the role because of his height. According to Marvel's official record, Wolverine is 5'3" and weighs 300 pounds, largely thanks to adamantium, of course. So he's short in the comics, and this is kind of the only problem people really had with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Hugh Jackman is 6'3", so not 5'3". He's a whole foot taller than Wolverine is in the comics, but it didn't bug most people because he's amazing at being Wolverine, and we're happy he's returning in Deadpool 3. But the height and the scruffiness that Daniel Radcliffe can have made him a fan favorite for a top choice of Wolverine when these casting rumors started several years ago. Now, of course, everybody said, well, he's going to have to buff up, but that's what actors do. They get in shape for roles, they gain a lot of weight, or they lose a lot of weight. That's their job, and Daniel Radcliffe could definitely do that to play Wolverine. So that's option 1. He could simply be playing a variant of Wolverine, or even possibly just Wolverine. Who knows? He could be cast as the main Wolverine of our main Earth 616 timeline because he could appear again during and after Secret Wars. We know in the MCU that some variants don't look alike, like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. There's also different genders of variants like Loki and Sylvie. However, we do know that there are variants who look exactly alike. Think Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and the few variants that we saw in that film. They all looked exactly the same. So it is 100% possible that he could show up as a variant in Deadpool 3, but also go on to play simply the main Wolverine for the MCU. Would you like him as our new Wolverine? Would you not? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Now, option 2 and option 3 kind of fuse together a little bit, because option 2 is he could simply be playing himself. He could simply be Daniel Radcliffe. Remember, this is Deadpool. Deadpool breaks the fourth wall. He makes a lot of jokes. So option 2 and kind of option 3 is he could appear to play himself / Harry Potter. They're the same, but kind of different. He could appear as himself and Deadpool could make a Harry Potter joke. Like, hey, look, it's Harry Potter. But you know, he might not actually do anything. He could just simply appear as himself. Or he could actually appear as Harry Potter, as crazy as that sounds, but that is what Deadpool 3 is seemingly going to be about. Craziness in the multiverse, and the multiverse should, in theory, expand beyond the MCU because it has the potential to do that, and it has the potential to be just absolutely insane, which I think a lot of people want. Now, of course, it's Marvel Studios, and they kind of have to keep it within their properties, of course, but they can make deals with other studios, and James Gunn, who is now the head of DC, said that years ago he pitched a crossover between Marvel and DC. He pitched this to Marvel, he pitched it to DC, and they were kind of about it. And James Gunn has basically said that it's gonna happen at some point, and now that he's the head of DC, I'm thinking it is gonna happen pretty soon. Well, maybe not soon, maybe within the next 10 years if we're lucky. But bringing characters from other universes into the MCU is what the multiverse saga can be about. And if there is any time or place to do this, it is definitely Deadpool 3. Because then Deadpool can call out the obvious and Deadpool can make fun of it. He can say, hey, you're Harry Potter, you're from a completely different universe, you're not even a superhero. And I think fans would really like this. I think it would actually go over pretty well. I think it would be pretty funny. And it's totally something that Ryan Reynolds could do. So options 2 and 3 are he could play himself / he could actually play Harry Potter. Out of the 3 options so far, would you prefer him to play Wolverine, himself, or Harry Potter? Let us know down below. Now, the other option is he could simply just be playing an MCU character. He could be playing a character that has already been introduced at some point in time in the MCU, or he could be playing a completely new one. It would be kind of cool to see him play a variant of maybe Iron Man, of Captain America, maybe the Scarlet Witch. Maybe he's a male variant of the Scarlet Witch. He is a wizard in another universe. Deadpool could definitely make fun of that. Or he's playing a new character. Perhaps an X-Men, because we know a lot of X-Men are going to be in Deadpool 3. Perhaps he plays some sort of a variant. Obviously, besides Wolverine, which is our first option, but maybe Cyclops, maybe Nightcrawler, maybe Beast. The really cool thing about Deadpool 3 and kind of the premise for the story is that anything is going to be possible in this movie, especially if the TVA is going to be combining several different universes from the vast multiverse. Then really, if you think about it, it's kind of just up to whatever Ryan Reynolds can create in his head, which we know is a lot. And again, if there's any time to do this in any place, it is now in Deadpool 3. Make the movie crazy. And before we talk about the ending real quick, let us know what you think about those 4 options in the comments down below. Do you like one of them? Do you like none of them? Let us know. Now, as far as the ending for this goes, Alex Perez from thecosmiccircus.com and Daniel RPK have both teased a little scene for the end of Deadpool 3. Daniel RPK on Twitter posted a picture of the Deadpool 3 logo stating pizza time, in which Alex Perez replied with a gif of the original Avengers in the post-credit scene for the Avengers film eating shawarma. Now, this is kind of both ambiguous and kind of cryptic, but if we think about pizza time, we think about one person, and that person is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Daniel RPK also responded to a comment that said, "No way," in which he responded simply, "Home," obviously referring to No Way Home, which is another indication of Tobey Maguire being involved with this ending. We have also heard that Tobey Maguire is possibly going to be in Avengers Secret Wars, and we know that Deadpool 3 is going to directly set up Avengers Secret Wars. In fact, some insiders have said recently that much like Avengers Infinity War was its own film, but obviously directly connected to Avengers Endgame and set up the entire story for it, Deadpool 3 is very much going to be like Avengers Infinity War, its own film, but set up the events for Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. So it looks like we could possibly expect the return of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in Deadpool 3, which is just super exciting. But go ahead and let us know all of your thoughts about all of this news in the comments down below. Do you have a preference for Daniel Radcliffe's character if he truly does appear in Deadpool 3? Who do you think he should play, if not himself? And what do you think about Tobey Maguire possibly coming in the ending of Deadpool 3, or do you think they're referring to someone else? Let us know all of your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest MCU news. Of course, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.